Good morning, everybody. This is Holly, and I'm here with my sweet little Katie, and we are going to do a little fun thing with Suzanne from Suzanne's Babies and join her in Rabbit Tuesday. But of course, as y'all all know, I'm always a day late and $1 short, so we are doing Rabbit Wednesday. Let me see if I can get y'all a little bit more light. Is that any better? So I have my little Katie here, and she wants to participate with Suzanne's Sophie and her Rabbit Wednesday. And we have this little outfit we're going to put on her. Now, I have not traded over all the baby's clothes yet, so I had to go digging. And I'm going to be working on that this weekend, hopefully, to get this nursery in shape, because it is a shambles. But we did find this little fall shirt. Put it over here for you to see. And it says Fall in Love. And since it's fall, I thought that was kind of cute. And it has this pretty sweet little rabbit dressed in pink with a little black hair bow on her ear. I guess it's an ear bow. And she is gathering up all of the hearts in her basket. And it's just a little cream-colored shirt with red sparkly hearts. It says Fall in Love. And we're going to put these little rumba pants on to go with it. They're the same color as the hearts. Just little legging type things with little rumba ruffles in the back. And a little burgundy hair bow in her hair. And she wanted to also be like Sophie and wear her little rabbit shoes. So we got those. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to talk to y'all about what's been going on in my life. First of all, hi Katie. Hi sweet girl. Hello. So, first of all, I'm going to tell y'all that I did turn her around here a bit. I did get the generator hooked up. They came out to attach the, the gas to the generator. They came out to do that. And so they were standing, they got that done, and then he called me out and said, I'm going to just show you how, how this generator works and what to check for, once a week and yada yada. And do a mock power outage so I could see it come on. And while we're standing there going through all that, and it came on brilliantly. Hey, Katie, I'm going to have to lay you down, baby. Take off your breeches. Let's lay you down a little bit. Let's see if you're still seeing her all right. There she is. There she is. There she is. While he was going over that with me, I told him, I said, can we, well, first of all, when he first turned it on or showed me how, the switches and all that kind of stuff, I said, oh, I can smell that gas. And he said, yeah, usually when it's first turned on and coming through the pipes and everything, you get a little whiff of it. So when he was explaining everything to me, showed me the mock power outage and whatnot, after a while I said, can we move away from here? I said, because I'm not feeling really well. I said, I'm sick at my stomach and my head's starting to hurt. I said, that gas smell. And he goes, I'm starting to feel a little bad too. He said, that is significantly more gas than we usually smell. And he said, I don't think that's good. So he went and turned the gas off and said, you need to call your plumber and have him check it out, and before we turn it back on. I'm like, great. So we called the plumber, and he's actually just lives 2 doors down from me, so not that big a deal. But he said, yeah, I'll be right over. So he came over, Went back there, came back, goes, yep, it was leaking. There was some coupler or something that was loose, and it was leaking. So I'm really glad that I said something, because, you know, I don't want to blow up or anything. So we had that going on. And then the exact same day all that happened, they came out to put in my ovens. And here you go, little girl. Can you see him? Is she looking at you guys? Sort of. And so they came out, and well, first of all, he was supposed to come out that day. You know, they came out earlier and they still didn't fit, so they were going to have to come back and wind the cabinets and stuff. And he said, well, I'll be there on, it was Friday, I think. So he called me early, no, it was Thursday. He called me early Thursday morning. He said, Miss Church, he said, I'm not going to be able to come out today. After all, he said, it's going to have to be tomorrow. I can't get away. And he said, but I will go and pick up the ovens. I'll put them in your garage. I'll leave my tools there, and we'll be there first thing Friday morning, because we were leaving to go out of town, right, for our anniversary on Friday. So I said, okay. He said, I promise I'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll get it done before you have to leave. I said, okay. So then later that day, he called me. He said, Miss Church, I'm on my way. I promised you I'd be there today, and I'm going to do that. He said, we got finished early here, so I'm headed that way. Well, they came out, and they had to enlarge the opening where, you know, the oven, the new ovens I got were 3 inches wider than the old ones, because they don't make them as small as the other ones were. I'll get you readjusted again. There you go. Now this bed sort of sinks in here, so she is, there you go. How's that? And so they came out, and they were here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. They widened the cabinet, and they got the ovens in, but it was going up into my, still going up into my upper cabinet, so they had to take those doors off. And he said, we're going to have to shorten these doors. And guess how much they have to shorten them? 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. So he took the cabinet doors with him, and I just got those put back up yesterday. But praise the Lord, we now have a working generator, and we have a working oven, and the cabinets are back on. Everything's in place before Thanksgiving next week. So yeah, I'm happy about all that. So then, let's see if I can get this buttoned here at angle. So then we went to on our anniversary trip in Houston. We had a great time. I don't remember if I told you. We saw the Blue Man Group. It was wonderful. Yada yada. Went to museums. And then we came home Sunday. We were home one day, Monday. And Tuesday we left for San Antonio to go. The sleeves are a little big on you. What are we going to do? We just have to roll them up. Make you look a little stylish here. So, yeah, I think this shirt was made for a gorilla. A little chimpanzee whose arms are a lot longer. So we went to San Antonio, which is about 5.5 hours. And went there to watch our grandson compete in the state competition. And guys, they did such an amazing job. And I'm not just saying that, and as a grandma, as a proud grandma, because I want to tell y'all what happened. Okay, so there were a ton of bands there. This thing lasted 3 days. But Gabriel only, their band was their 4A, so they got to march on Wednesday. And that's all. They didn't have to do Tuesday and Thursday, but anyway, they were the next to the last band to march in that category, in the 4A category. And now I'll tell you, all these bands here are supposedly the best of the best in the state, because they all went to area, and then they all went to region, and they made it through area, they made it through region, and now they're at state level, okay? And these are to determine, these are the best bands in the state of Texas, the entire state of Texas. So just to be there, I think, is fantastic, to make it that far. So they were the next to last bands to march, and they did awesome. No flags were dropped, no rifles were dropped. The band was in rare form. They just sounded amazing, and I will put a link. I filmed it myself, but of course I'm going to be trying to find Gabriel in there, so I zoom in a lot. But I'm going to put a link down below if you want to see them march from way up high, the professional video. So this is what happened. They marched, and then I think there were like 25 or 30 bands maybe, because this is the whole state of Texas, right? And so then they call out the top 10 that will march again to determine first, second, third place. So that would be the finals. They were in the preliminaries, and then they were going to choose the top 10, you know, from the judges' scores. So when it came time to call them out, here she is. There's my little Katie. She's doing her little rabbit Tuesday on a Wednesday with her Auntie Teddy, Auntie Suzanne, and her twin sister Sophie. This is Sophie Kate, but we call her Katie. Yeah, so she got a little tooth coming in. She's a big girl. So anyway, they call out the 10 bands that, hang on, sorry. They call out the 10 bands that are going to march to determine first, second, third in the entire state. And Gabriel's band was not one of the ones that was called. And if y'all will listen, if you go and watch it, you can hear the whole crowd there just is going crazy after they marched. They were great. They were really, really great. And let's get you a rabbit to hold on to, baby. So the people behind us, I could hear people like in shock. And this wasn't just our people. This was, you know, others band people. They couldn't believe it. They went, Lumberton didn't make it. Lumberton didn't make it. And I was texting Gabriel, you know, he was sitting in the stands at the end of the stadium, and we were at the side of the stadium where they were performing to. And he goes, well, not this time. And we were just shocked. And people around us were shocked. And some of the bands that they did call, although they're good, they weren't nearly as good as Lumberton. And so we were kind of baffled by this. And anyway, we had to leave because they were clearing out the stadium, getting ready to do the others. So we had to leave, and we went down to the Riverwalk, and I took some pictures of the Riverwalk. I'll show y'all that. And we were watching the video I made. We were sitting down there at a table by the Riverwalk, and we were watching the video that I made. And these two ladies walked behind, they were walking behind us, they walked past and they came back and they said, "Excuse me, are you with Lumberton?" And we said, "Yeah." And she said, "We cannot believe they did not get in." She said, "We were in total shock." As a matter of fact, when they said when Lumberton marched, for their performance, they said, "Well, we don't stand a chance, not against Lumberton." Well, their band got in and Lumberton didn't. But even their own people did not think they would make it because Lumberton was so good. So then I found out there was one judge who gave every single score he gave Lumberton was the lowest score you could get. And there was no reason for it. Musicality-wise, marching-wise, solo-wise, flag corps, there was no reason for them to get a low score. I mean, I can see maybe one or two, because I don't know how they judge these things, but it was ridiculous. Every single score he gave was the lowest. And so it dropped them down to 13. And so, they're the 13th best band in the state of Texas, which I don't think is that bad, right? But it was sort of disappointing, especially for the seniors. Now, the day we were leaving, we were waiting for the valet to bring our car up, and we're sitting down in the lobby, and we met up with some other band people there who were there with their granddaughter, and their band also got in, and they said they were dumbfounded that Lumberton didn't get in. So, there was something weird going on. The band director did try to contest it, but, there really isn't anything you can do at this point. But it wasn't sour grapes. I mean, I can understand if they had been dropping flags, or their lines weren't straight, or they didn't sound good, or they missed out, I could understand. But they did the best I had ever seen them do. So, yeah. But, I told Gabriel, I said, when two football teams go to the, Super Bowl. They work all year and they make it to the Super Bowl. The two top teams in the country make it to the Super Bowl. I said, even if the one team loses, they were still at the Super Bowl. And Gabriel goes, "I know." He said, "That's what I was trying to tell everybody." They were upset and crying and everything. And I said, "Yeah, well, I can understand the seniors being upset because they won't have another chance to go back, But Gabriel's 9th grade. He has 3 more years he could go back. So anyway, so that's the way it is. And that's what happened. I took some pictures. We had a great time in San Antonio. We did the river walk, and we took a horse and buggy ride, and I'll put up pictures. We saw the Alamo. Of course, we've been there before, but I'll show y'all the Alamo. Remember the Alamo? Woo-hoo. And the hotel that we stayed in, believe it or not, it's built on the grounds where they had, that war, the Battle of the Alamo and all that kind of stuff. And because it's like directly right across the street from the Alamo. So that's 600 men died on that spot where the hotel is built. But that hotel was originally a hospital. And it was a gorgeous hotel. I mean, beautiful inside and everything. Our room was beautiful and everything, but it was really small. And then I found out that it used to be a hospital. And I'm like, this was a hospital room. And I could lay there in the bed and look around and say, yeah, I can see this was a hospital room at one point. And I read up more on the history of it. It's called the Emily Morgan Hotel. And it is supposedly the 3rd most haunted hotel in the world. I'm like, oh, this is great. But, I don't go for all that. Anyway, we had no problems. We didn't see anybody. Nothing weird happened. No strange things. But it was really fun to stay there. And we enjoyed it. So I'll put up a picture of the hotel and the river walk and stuff. And I hope y'all enjoy it. And we enjoyed doing this little Rabbit Tuesday with Suzanne and Sophie. Oh, we had one more baby who did rabbit Tuesday on a Wednesday. I'll show you that little one. Come here, Angel. Come here, Angel. I know you want to say hello, don't you? Don't you? There he is. There he is. Our sweet little Freddie. And he's got on a Peter Rabbit outfit that Suzanne actually sent with him, and his little Freddie shoes. And he wanted to join in too, Suzanne. And he went to say, sit down here, say, mwah, love you, Mommy Suzanne. And she goes, mwah, to Sophie. So there we go, everybody. Thanks for listening to me ramble on and catch up. And I'll put on the video that I made of the band, my video, and then I'll put a link down there where you can go watch the professional one from Way Up High, okay, if you want to. So love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Now performing from Lumberton ISD is the Lumberton High School Marching Band. Lumberton High School's program is entitled Rise and includes Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Call of the Mountain, Night on Bald Mountain, In the Hall of the Mountain King, and Mahler's Second Symphony. The UIL is proud to present in state preliminary competition drum majors Kinley Raymond, Hope McGallion, Bailey Bloss, and Taylor Moser, and the Lumberton High School Mighty Raider Band.
pues me olvidó meter los borrillos.